Thanks for joining me for another mindful craft. Today we're going to be making worry monsters. And so we're going to start by talking about what is your worry. So just think to yourself, what are some things that you might worry about? For me, sometimes I worry about talking in front of people. I don't like talking in front of people very much, but it's part of my job, so I do it. And in order to be able to do it, I have to tame my worry monster. So, to make your own worry monster, you are going to need a piece of paper. The thicker the better. So I'm using a piece of cardstock here. And I also, you'll see I have protected my workspace because we're going to be using paint and I don't want to get paint all over everything. So I put some paper towels down. You can use newspaper if you have that, or a plastic tablecloth. Just something to protect your space so that nobody gets in trouble. You're also going to need some paint of whatever color you like. So I have this bright green and I also have a black that I think are going to be fun to play with. You're going to need some googly eyes. And I have a big bag of googly eyes here. And then some glue to glue them on with. A straw, because we're going to be blowing our paint and we're going to practice our calm breathing while we're doing it. That's why it's even more fun, even better activity, because we get to do two things at once. And then after that, if you want to have some markers to draw on your monster afterwards or some more paint, that's up to you. So I'll show you some of the things that I'm going to do with mine, but you guys get to be creative and do whatever you want. So to start, I'm going to put my cardstock aside because we need to water down our paint. Now this one here is already watered down. See how it's nice and liquidy? But I haven't done with my black yet. So I'm going to shake up my black, pour a little bit in. I already put some water in here. And you don't need much, just a little bit. And I'm just going to take the back of my spoon and mix it up. And I want to mix it so that all the paint gets mixed in and it's nice and liquidy, kind of like an ink. You can also use watercolor paints for this if you want, and they're already a little liquidy. I'm just using acrylics just because that's what I had on hand. But you can use whatever kind of paint you have. All right, so let's start making our monster. Now, you gotta think, what kind of monster do you have? Does your worry monster make you get really angry when you're worried? Right? Maybe you get really frustrated and angry and you just start yelling or hitting things. Maybe your worry monster makes you want to run away and hide. Right? And you just like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to go hide somewhere else. Or maybe your worry monster makes you kind of just freeze up in place and you don't even know what to do. Your mind just isn't working at that moment. And that's okay if you have any of those reactions. Your reactions are your own. We just want to make sure that we're able to get out of that first reaction and do something productive. So for me, I'm going to get my paper here. My worry monsters tend to make me freeze up. So I freeze up, and maybe I feel a little bit sick in my stomach. Maybe I feel like I'm going to be, I'm sweating so much. I'm just so hot. Some people might get chills, but I get really warm when I start to worry. So I'm going to start with my green because I get that stomach ache. I don't feel very good. Maybe I feel like I'm going to throw up. And for me, that goes with a nice green color. So you start by taking your spoon, getting a little bit of your watery paint, and just plopping it on your paper, wherever you want. And again, we don't need a lot, just a little bit here. All right, now we get to the fun part with our straw. So one great way, if you're worried, to help calm yourself down is to do some deep breathing. Slow down your breath and try and get it nice and slow, nice and calm. So instead of being all fast, going, we're going to slow down. Just breathe nice, slow in and out. And if you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, even better. And that's where the straw comes in handy, because we are going to breathe in through our nose, and then we're going to breathe out through the straw and blow our paint around to make our worry monster. So let's see how this works. Nice deep breath in. And you look at it and you go, maybe I like that shape, but maybe you want to do a little more. That's okay, do it again. Nice deep breath in. And a nice slow breath out. Do it one more time. And if you like how it looks, You leave it at that. If you don't like it yet, you just keep blowing, right? Just make sure you're doing those nice, calm, deep breaths. So there's my green one. I'm gonna put him aside a little bit because I'm also gonna do one in black. Just get a piece of paper here. Now my black one is for those days when I'm feeling really worried, but maybe I don't know why. I just feel worried and like something's not quite right. And sometimes you have those days where you can't point to why you're feeling worried. You just know that you are. So again, I only have the one spoon. You can use a different spoon if you want. I'm just gonna wipe mine off with the green here. Get my black. And I think this time I'm gonna make it kind of like a line across. Putting it on, there we go. Just dab it off, put my spoon up there so I don't get paint all over everything. And get my straw. And now remember, your breathing is something you can do whenever you're feeling worried. So just calmly breathe in and out. And it might not happen right away. Maybe when you first start trying to slow down your breath, you're still gonna be breathing a little fast, but that's okay. You just wanna keep at it and keep reminding yourself to breathe a little more slowly, and maybe even count in your head how long you're breathing in and out. So I might think in, 1, 2, 3, out, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna blow my straw and see what we get for our worry monster on for those days when you just don't feel that great. I like how that's taking shape now, but I want to do a little bit more. All right. Nice breath in. That's looking a little better. And you can move your paper around too. So maybe I want to blow this way a little bit. I take a deep breath in. One more, I think, and I'll be good. All right, now we need to let these guys dry. So I will be back through the magic of video editing. You guys don't have to wait that long, but I do. I'll be back and we will continue making our worry monsters. Thanks, guys. All right, and we are back through the magic of video editing. You haven't had to sit and wait while these dry. I did though. It took about an hour, and they're still a little damp, but they're definitely able to work with them right now. So we have our first one we did, just kind of a green blob, and this was my worries and anxiety around talking to people and having to give presentations in front of a group. So that's what this guy has started off as. We also have my black one, which was just those days when you just wake up feeling not so great and maybe you have worries, but you're not sure why. So that's what this one, and we'll talk about how we're gonna make them into our monsters in a second. I'll at least show them all. I also did another green one where I poured the paint in kind of like a semicircle, and I really like how it turned out. It's a little bit bigger, so we might do something with this one as well. Let's start with our little green one. So once you have your paint, you want to figure out, okay, where in this blob is my worry monster? Now, do I want it to be this way? Do I want it to go this way? This way? I think I kind of like it this way. And I think I like it because it looks like it's got like a little crown here. It's got some big lips. And I think maybe because, you know, my worries are around talking to people, I want something about my lips. So I'm gonna get my googly eyes. And let's see what googly eyes I think will be good for this one. I think I really want some little googly eyes. So this is where you get to have fun. You can do whatever colors you want, whatever size of googly eyes you want. I'm gonna figure out where do I want them. And then you think about what are your worries about? So with me, with this one, it's my worries about talking to big groups of people. I'm not a huge fan of it. That down so you can see a little better. And so one of the things that I worry about is that people are staring at me. So maybe I'm gonna have a bunch of eyes on this one, because these are all the eyes that are looking at me. It's got the big lips here. I see them as lips at least. So we'll get our glue. There we go. Now these are little kind of finicky eyes, so let's hope they work all right. I'm going to start by putting it right there. Ooh, I kind of like it with just the one eye so far. Let's see how this goes. Rub it in the glue. Now you can use a glue stick if you want something that'll be holding faster, because the glue stick will take a little bit to dry. You might want to use some white glue, because sometimes glue sticks don't work, and this glue stick's giving me some trouble today. Let's go there. You know what? I think I like it with just the two eyes. And that's the great thing about art, right? You can change your mind as you go along. So I don't need all these little extra eyes. Put them away so that they don't fall on the floor and then we step on them and it's like stepping on a Lego. It hurts so much. Or if my cats don't get them. My cats like to play with anything I leave on the floor. I don't know about you guys. If you have pets that like to play with stuff on the floor. All right. Put our glue eyes away. All right, so there we go. Now, like I said, this guy seems to me like he's got like a little bit of a crown here. So I'm gonna kind of draw it in, and you can add in the shapes you want. Okay, so there's his little crown, because he is the king of making me worried. And I think I'm gonna draw in the big lips. There we go. This is what I mean when I said mine's a little bit wet still. You might have it where it kind of just chips away at the paint. And if that happens, you need to let it dry a little bit more. Oh, maybe I need to get a new pen. Maybe that's the problem too. Luckily, I have my big giant bag of markers here. There we go, that's better. There's my big lips talking. And I think I need to give him a body. Now, I am not an amazing artist, but you don't need to be an amazing artist for this. All you need to do is draw what you feel. So for me, when I'm feeling worried, you know, kind of like a my body does not feel like I'm standing straight. And I might have some wobbly legs. You can still see it in the picture there. And my arms feel all wobbly. So this is my worry monster. See, just something nice and simple. You can be as creative, as fancy as you want. For this one, I'm going to go something a little simple. So this little guy, let's bring those lips in. There we go. He's got his big lips because I'm worried about having to talk to people. My lips are moving, and maybe my lips are moving, but I'm not saying anything properly. Maybe I'm tripping over my words. I don't know if you guys ever do that when you're nervous and you start to stutter, or you start to trip over your words where it's like your brain is going faster than your mouth can keep up. The last thing I need to do is I need to name my worry monster. Because that way, when I'm worried, I can go, oh, this is my worry monster, whatever its name is, coming to bug me. So what do I think we should name my worry monster? Wobbly something, that's for sure. Actually, you know what? I want to give Wobbly somebody a little belly here, because when I am here, my belly feels all sick, and I think I want to have that in there. There we go. How about we name him Wobbly Willy? Wobbly Willy will be this worry monster's name. Wobbly Willy. And now, when I have to go and talk in front of a big group of people, and I start to get that yucky feeling in my stomach, I can say to myself, that's Wobbly Willy. Wobbly Willy is here trying to be a worry monster. You know what I'm going to do with Wobbly Willy? I'm going to say, no, sir. You are not welcome here right now. I'm going to take my deep breaths. And I'm going to feel better. And I'm going to go and do what I need to do. And just get that presentation. So there's Wobbly Willy. I like him. Go over here. All right, now our black one. All right, now this one, again, I gotta figure out which way to go. Now, one kind of cool thing you can do is you can use what the paint you've done as like hair for your monster. You might do that with this one. Although I do like this way, it looks kind of like a cow to me. Right, so we got like, there's the big nose, there's one ear, another ear. All right, and I think I'm gonna stick with my green. I have another shade of green here too, which I might use. But right now, I'm gonna go with this green, and I'm gonna give them really big, wide green eyes. Because sometimes when we're worried, our eyes get really big. We're trying to see everything around us that could be dangerous or could be scary for us. So our eyes get really wide so we can see everything. And unfortunately, sometimes when we're worried and we're looking for everything, we find things that we think are scary or dangerous when they're really safe. So there we have our big wide green eyes. Now for a mouth, maybe I need a different color for a mouth. How about we do kind of a blue? Let's do this blue. Because these are the days where I'm feeling kind of blue. Now this guy, my worry monster here, he's not a happy worry monster. So I'm doing a big frowny face. But also, there's sometimes something a little scary about it. When you're feeling really upset and you don't know why, it can be kind of scary. So we're going to give him some teeth. This way. The little ones on the bottom here. There we go. And it's a little bit scary when you don't know why you're worried. And what you can do on those days is talk to someone. So talk to someone that you care about, that cares about you. Maybe that's mom or dad or a sibling, a grandparent, or even just a trusted adult. You can talk to them and go, you know, I'm feeling really worried and I don't know why. And maybe they can help you figure it out. So we got our scary looking face, we got our big wide eyes, and we'll put our pupils here. And it's kind of hidden up by his hair there. All right, this guy needs a name too. Maybe he's just called like Worried Waldo. Like Where's Waldo, but not as fun. Worried Waldo. I don't know why I have all W's right now, but Worried Waldo. And the nice thing about this is if you make your worry monster and then you go show it to someone, so maybe you show it to mom or dad and you tell them about your worried monster. So I would say, you know what, my worry monster is Worried Waldo. He worries about everything all the time and he makes me worry. And when I feel Worried Waldo's around, I get really upset and I don't know why. And then the next time you're having one of those days, you can go up to them and say, I think Worried Waldo's here. And they're going to know who you're talking about. And then they can help you. So that's Worried Waldo. Come back over here with Wobbly Willie. All right, my last one, this guy here. Okay, no W's. That's going to be our goal for this one. Now this one, you can see in here, I think he looks kind of like a snake. Right? Here's the head and the body and the tail and like a rattlesnake tail. And I like that because rattlesnakes, they have their rattle on the end. It's going to be this guy here. And that rattle isn't to hurt anybody, but it's to scare people off when they get worried. And sometimes when we get worried, we say things to scare people away because maybe we don't want to hurt them later, or maybe we're worried that, you know, they're too busy to help us, they're too tired to help us, and so we're trying to scare them away. So maybe you say something really mean. So that's why I kind of like that this guy is a rattlesnake. And then we got the rest of his tail coming out here. Now you don't have to outline your worry monster. I didn't on the other two, but you can if you want to sort of give it that little more definition. Now, this is where my lack of art skill is going to come in. You're going to see it. Here's his head. And then we've got like this snake body coming down, and I think he's going to have some coils. So we're just going to draw them like this. There we go, there's our snake. And he's definitely going to be flicking out his tongue because he wants to know what's going on, right? Snakes use their tongue to explore their world. They can sense things through it. Where's my googly eyes? This guy needs a googly eye. I didn't do googly eyes on my last one, I realized. But I think this snake needs a googly eye. Let's do a colored one. But yeah, so snakes use their tongue to sense the world around them. And that's what we do when we're really worried too. Let's go with a red eye. You know what? Yeah, that's what I want. Right? When we're worried, we're looking around trying to figure out what's wrong. Right? Especially when you maybe don't know what that worry is or why you're feeling worried. All right. Get our glue. This is a bit bigger of an eye, so it's a little easier to deal with. Make sure it's going to stick. There we go. There's our googly eye. Now, think anything else we need to add to here? I think he's pretty good. All right, so he needs a name. Now this guy, I wasn't thinking of any particular worry when I made him, but let's see, sometimes people, maybe a worry you have. Maybe that's what we'll do. You guys can leave a comment and tell me what you think that this worry monster's name should be. So it's a bit of a snake, which a lot of people are scared of snakes, so they shouldn't be. Snakes are awesome. But he has this rattle that he's gonna shake really angrily when he's scared. So maybe think of some time when maybe you're really scared or worried about something and it comes out as anger, right? And we'll give him a name based on that. All right, and that, let me clean up my space here, everything put away. That is gonna be the end of today's mindful craft. So here are our 3 worry monsters. Put Wibbly Wally, we can put his paper underneath these guys a little bit so you can see from up above. Here they are. So we have Wobbly Willy for those days when I have to give a presentation and I'm feeling kind of yucky about it and I don't want to. He's got his big lips that are just flapping away, saying mean things to me like, you're gonna make a mistake. Everyone's gonna laugh at you. And I could say, Wobbly Willy, go away. Wobbly Willy, you are not needed right now. And then we have Worried Waldo for those days when I wake up and I'm like, I don't really know why I'm feeling worried, but I'm feeling worried. And maybe I go to someone who cares about me, like a good friend or someone that I work with. Maybe you can go talk to your teacher, you can talk to a camp counselor, right? Any trusted person. And I could say, Worried Waldo's here, and I don't know what to do. They can help me. They can help me with some deep breathing, right? Just like how you're breathing with the straw. Nice slow breath in and a slow breath out. They can help me do that a few times. And then we have this guy that you guys are going to name. So leave a comment below and we will find a name for him for when you maybe trying to scare people away when you're worried. So if you guys want to make your own, again, they're super simple. You just need some paper, some watered down paint, a straw, and some markers. That's all you need. If you make your own, please tag us with #SS2MH, and we can see all your wonderful pieces that you make, and we can talk about our worries, because talking about our worries helps us feel better about them. So we just want to make sure that if we have a worry, we're not bottling it up inside, we're talking about it, we're figuring out what our worry monster is, and we're able to fight it away. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, guys. Bye.